Welcome. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today. Today is July the 5th. My name is Marty Hicks, and my website is helloextraordinarylife.com. You can check it out if you haven't been there yet. There is a free offer. I can't remember what I titled it. A Journey to Loving Yourself from the Inside Out. It's a document. It gives you some tips and tools about how to stay on course when we're on this journey. I am beginning another 6-week coaching group call, July the 19th. It'll be on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock for 6 weeks. And I know Susan joined my pilot program, so I'm going to have some testimonies from everyone, and got some great results from the first course, and just loved doing it. So I'm excited about the next one. Today, I had an incident occur recently. Today's Saturday, so just Saturday. And I want to talk about forgiveness of ourselves primarily. And what I'm present to is we cannot forgive ourselves if we can't forgive, let me say that differently. We cannot forgive others if we're not willing to forgive ourselves first. We talk about it. Oh, yes, I've forgiven them. We talk about forgiving others, and really, if I'm not willing to forgive me, there's no place for me to forgive others. There's no exemptions. I can't give you something I'm not willing to give to me. So today I'm going to share this in a first person, my experience, because it just happened, and I'm still working through it. My invitation to you is that you take a look at how does it apply in your world, whatever the situation is. Current situations, past situations, possibly future. So, it may just offer some tools about how to move through things that are painful or that we cannot find forgiveness for ourselves in. My grandma got moved into a memory care facility. She has dementia, and I'm only in town once a month where she lives. So I called my cousin and said, hey, I'm available half a day Saturday. I would love to be able to come and help finish cleaning out the apartment or whatever you need. And he says, well, what would be most helpful is if you would take her cat to the pound. So I'm like, really? Really? Are you kidding me? You're asking me to take her cat? Do you know who I am and how I am about animals? Now, this is all in my head. And I agreed to offer help however he needed it. So I went against my own nature, and I said, okay. I've walked around with that was on it's only a couple days. So I had like a 2-day window of, okay, now I'm going to bust my ass to find another solution because I cannot take this cat to the pound. Somebody's going to take the cat, I'll take it home, something. It's a baby season. So all of the no-kill shelters are completely full. And the alternative is to pound or to bring it home. Everybody else that have animals, they're all animal lovers, so they already have a house full of animals. It's just, choices and timing. And I'm really pissed. I'm pissed because I can't find another solution. I'm mad at my cousin for asking me in the first place, blaming him for asking me in the first place. And most of all, I'm mad at myself because I said yes. Because I didn't qualify my offer. So now the day comes, I'm over there, and the cat's in the carrier, and he tells me now I have to lie when I take the cat to the pound. Really? Not happening. I have to live in my own skin. I'm thinking, well, I'll just tell them the truth when I get there, because clearly there's a situation here that my grandma cannot take the cat. They'll take the cat at the pound. No, it's not legal. They can't take the cat at the pound because it's not my cat. I just walked out. I was so angry. I was just like, oh, my God, really, dude? Called my mom. She comes. She told a lie. They take the cat. I'm just beside myself. Just beside myself. Because I'm certain that I've just signed this cat's death warrant. That day was my dad's 1-year anniversary of his death. That just topped it off for me. Now I'm in my head going, I'm just a miserable piece of shit. I got a whole committee going on in my head. You should have found another solution. The other side of it, what's your choice really? Well, you offered. Well, Spirit didn't come through with another solution. Maybe the cat will get rescued. Then I'm like, okay, Dad, either you get the cat adopted or you take care of him over there on the other side. Like this whole gamut of emotions. And I'm just totally mind-fucking myself about it. I'm feeling shameful. I'm feeling guilty. I'm pissed at myself for saying yes when I meant no. I'm blaming my cousin for asking me in the first place. And I made a choice. I have 4 cats and a dog. I just couldn't see trying to blend another cat that's not very sociable. So, I got this whole justification on top of it. So through all of this, that I'm still working through, I'm not completely there, but here's where I've gone with it all. Some truths about this process. My feelings are not facts. Logic never trumps my feelings. Kind of a paradox there. And somewhere in all that, I have an attachment to what I've done. I'm attached to beating myself up and punishing myself for being human. And on the flip side of that, I'm getting something out of it. The guilt, the shame, the blame. I can see it. Now what do I do with it? How can I forgive myself for the belief? Because the truth is, I have no idea what happened to the cat. That's the truth. I made a choice hoping it's in the best interest of everyone. Now my strongest place is prayer. I'm praying that this cat gets rescued or that there's the highest, best possible outcome. And whatever the outcome is, it's perfect. And I don't always know what that is. That's any life situation that I participate in. When I speak the truth, when I take a choice, make an action, I don't always know what the outcome is. I'm simply making the best choice given the tools or the situation in any given moment. And underneath all of that, I am a rescuer. And I realize I am not responsible to rescue every single animal or person that crosses my path. I'm not responsible for that. I think I should be. That's where my turmoil is. I think I should be able to rescue and fix this situation so the cat doesn't die. But I don't really know. There's that conflict. I don't really know, but I think I do. So my point in all this is we make choices. Every day, in any given moment, we make a choice. Is it effective? Did it work? We've all felt some of those things I've talked about, some maybe different things. But we are human beings in a physical world. And part of being human is allowing ourselves to make choices and mistakes and to learn from them. It's different if we just do it and then, I'm just going to go about my day and not, like, really, for me, it's really looking at it and seeing what would I do different next time. Because I made the choice and it tore me up. What would I do different? Be clear in my offering, first of all. And if I'm asked to do that thing, it's absolutely not. The answer would absolutely, unequivocally be no. I get to create my life, and sometimes I create messy situations. This is part of the human experience, part of our being human, and part of the journey of learning and growing into that, loving ourselves from the inside out, is allowing ourselves to be human. Because I don't know about you all, but I am quick to think, I should make all the right choices every single time, or whatever my idea of perfection is. And when it's not, or it shows up differently, then I'm angry at myself for making a choice because I don't feel good about it. Well, I'm human, and this is part of human, is I get to feel it all. It's not always just the rose-colored glasses, and life is beautiful, and I can choose to see that, which is what I get to do here in this process. I shared this on an email and social media in the group. I would not recommend that for everyone, because some people come back with, well, why didn't you do this, and why didn't you do that, and well, why didn't you bring it home? And I'm already in enough pain around it. I chose it as a teaching to help others on this journey. For others, for you, for other people, unless that's your goal, I would pick wisely who I share things with when I'm working through it, because sometimes people just don't know, or they're just not supportive because they don't know how, not because they're trying to be insensitive or uncaring. But somebody did ask me that yesterday, well, why didn't you bring it home, or why? And I was like, whoa, please, I'm already working through it. I need to be in the solution and the place where I can find forgiveness for myself for the choice I made and for being a human being. So when someone does that for me, it adds to my own bag of ammunition. I'm already beating myself up. I don't need someone else helping me. So I think that's probably my biggest thing here, is pick who you want to share these things with that can help you get to the other side in a compassionate, kind way, so that we can continue that journey. Continue to love ourselves and all of our emotions and feelings and humanness. That's what I have today. How was that for you? How did that land? Do you relate? Do you have your own experience? Do you want to share anything?
And this is Anne-Marie, and the one thing that, with everything that I've been through, it's hard for me to forgive myself, because I keep forgetting that everybody else went through it watching me. So I keep thinking it's my experience. But my family had to live through watching me almost die.
Right.
So I beat myself up and I beat them up because they don't understand where I'm at. And I don't know how to express how scared I was, or whatever it is. So listening to you, I'm like, holy crap, it was a cat, but it's the same tearing myself up feeling, and I understand. And the other thing was, that's an amazing thing that it was the anniversary of your dad's passing, because maybe he got a gift. Maybe he's got a kitty partner now.
Thank you.
Like, that's where I went. I'm like, oh, if the kitty went to heaven, then he's with your dad. Or she's with your dad.
Right. I had the fleeting thought of that, so thank you for the reminder. Yeah.
Because I'm when shit, for me, I always ask my dad, because my dad's in heaven, and I was like, Dad, okay, help me figure this one out.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know what he would have told me? He would have said, take the cat to the pound. You cannot take another cat. Mm-hmm. And no one else has been able to. That's exactly what he would have told me.
Mm-hmm. So you heard your dad. You did what you needed to do.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Well, and so my prayer for you, Anne-Marie, is that you would allow yourself to just be human. And people aren't going to understand. You know why? They walked through it with you, but they were not in your shoes.
I wasn't in my shoes.
Right? That's the thing about experiences. I can tell you and share with you all day long, but unless you have some relatability, you have no idea, really.
And the last thing you said about sharing on social media, it's the same for me as if I call a woman, I'm like, I need to vent. If I don't need a solution, I will let a woman know I'm venting. So when I put stuff on Facebook or whatever, I'm like, I am exhaling. I don't need solutions. Thank you very much for your concern. Hugs and kisses would be great. And then I'll say what I need to say.
Yes, expressing the need is important.
You know, and if someone starts to give me a solution, I'll put in reply, please read the whole thing. Love you, bye.
I love that.
Because I'm not going to get engaged. It's already twigged me because they start to tell me. Yes. I didn't ask to be told. So I just put please read the whole thing. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to share anything? Comments, questions?
I just want to say that that you might have objected to him asking you to do that, but that might have been the greatest gift you could give that cousin, because he was dealing with so much other memories and stuff. That, you taking on that job might have been a lot more than what you thought it was. You're helping the rest of the family who's already having to deal with all the emotions of looking through all the family stuff and going through all that. That, you are the strong one. And yes, I know how tender-hearted you are when it comes to animals, and I can feel how much this is affecting you. But ultimately, it isn't your burden. This is somebody else's animal, and you're the one that's strong enough to do it.
Thank you.
Maybe your dad wanted a companion up there,
I'll stand in that.
Yeah?
Maria confirming that. I'll just stand with that one because, that's the bottom line is the truth. I really don't know what happened to the cat, and I don't know what the reason for all that was. But I'm sure quick to beat myself up about it. So.
Yeah, I know. As far as choosing the right people to share things with, I've learned my lesson the hard way on that quite a few times. Instead of choosing the people that keep me in the sickness and keep me in the space where I continue to beat myself up and in those negative aspects of poor me, you don't amount to nothing, you're never going to be good enough, and choosing the positive people that help me to find the solution, it's made a huge difference in my life. And you are one of those, and I will always be grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ma'am. You know, I think what stood out for me, because I have done this too many times, and that's when you talked about making that offer. I'm willing to help in any way, and then the request for help went against your very core of who you are. And I can remember times when something similar happened, and instead of going with my instinct, went with my, I guess for me it's that people-pleasing, and ended up exactly where you were, in that multiple emotional place of being angry at the person because they asked me to do that, being angry at myself for not following that instinctual place of me, and then not being forgiving about the fact that I made that decision. And it's not always easy to follow that first instinct, but I know today that when I do, and I say that tough word no, right? Because that's not, it's not that, that's not in, it's just not that easy a word, especially in that kind of a situation where you're dealing with, being helpful. But that hit for me. I've been there. I know what that feels like, of knowing inside of me who I am today, and I know that's becoming clearer and clearer to me. So, and it's getting harder and harder to go against that today. Yes, without ramifications of my body and many, many things. So, and the other thing that really struck me was talking about, you mentioned social media and being real careful. I'm grateful for the people that I have in my life today, the ones that I know are safe to share. God, what a gift that is. Mm-hmm. I have those people that I know I can call up and I can just say what I say. And if I want somebody to want some help with fixing it, they'll give it to me. But mostly they'll just hold my space and let me share. So that came up for me, that the people that I do have in my life that way. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Marty, for sharing that raw place. You're welcome. Thank you all for the feedback, and the sharing is helpful. You are the right women to share, to give it back to me in a way that I can hear it. So I appreciate that. We are right at 9:30 my time, 12:30 Anne-Marie. So thank you all for being here. And every week, 9 o'clock, 9 to 9:30, every Wednesday. So I will hear you all again. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day. Mm-hmm. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.